Hi there, I'm Lisa from Mythical Witchery. Welcome to my channel, and if you've been here before, welcome back. Today I'm sharing a mass market deck that I just received. I'm really excited about this, and I thought that we could have a look at this together. So this is the Mindscapes Tarot, and it's available on Amazon, and I got it on amazon.co.uk for £19. It sells on amazon.com for $26.99 and in Canada for $35.99. And this is an 80 card deck, and this is published by Hay House. And it was just released, well, here in the UK, it was released in July of 2025, so this year. And I'm not sure, but I'm guessing it probably came out in America in May or June, probably, because we do tend to get things a little bit later here. So on the back of the box, it says, Mindscapes Tarot reimagines the tarot in the style of classic landscape paintings, hand-drawn in oil pastels. Each card opens a portal to a magical realm of forests, seas, mountains, and ancient cities, where the landscape changes as the seasons and years pass. More than a divination tool, this intuitive deck and guidebook, filled with actionable advice, journal prompts, and affirmations, is a catalyst for personal growth and a source for creative solutions to life's challenges. Embrace the role of the intrepid explorer, navigating life's adventures with courage, curiosity, and above all, hope. So it comes in a two-piece box. Sorry, it's got these little cutouts here. So it's snug, but it's fairly easy to open. Inside the box, it says, sorry, my lighting's not great, prepare to embark. Just a quick look at the book here. So it's a fairly thick little book, actually. And it says John Rice is an award-winning actor, writer, and artist specializing in oil pastels. As one of the few artists working in this medium, his work has sold in more than 35 countries worldwide. So the book is, let's just see how many pages we've got. 199 pages. There's a section on imagery and symbols, reading the cards, spreads. Let's have a look at that. Hello, Oracle. She likes when I film. Okay. All right. So there's a four card? Yes, 3 plus a wild card. I was just wondering because I was seeing 4 cards, but it started with 3 cards. It's 3 cards plus a wild card. That's what got me. There's a 5 card window pane spread. This is, he says he invented this spread to identify and navigate blocks in his life. Oracle wants a cuddle. And then each card just shows some keywords, shows the planet or zodiac symbols, the elements, and the symbols. It gives a little bit of information on the card and actions that can be taken. So that is the guidebook. We're going to have a little cuddle here so that she'll let Mummy work for a minute. Okay, got that lovely painting inside the box. Okay, so these are the backs. They're really pretty, aren't they? They're not reversible, if that matters to you, but really, really pretty. The cardstock seems to be quite thick. But still relatively flexible. The size of these cards look pretty standard, honestly. I'll just get my ruler. So yeah, 70 millimeters by 120. So that would be 2.75. Just realized I was doing that out of frame. 2.75 by 4.75. So standard tarot size. They've got these little frames around them. And while I'm not a huge fan of that, I think this does work. So for the Fool, we've got the number of the card, the astrological symbols, and oh gosh, all kinds of information there. Let me just have a look in the book here quickly. So the book says, keywords are leap of faith, new journeys, new life, beginnings, passion, instinct, luck, innocence, adventure, facing the unknown, spontaneity, free spirit. Free spirit. Planet zodiac is Uranus. Element is air. Symbols are the sailing ship, stowaway, red cloak, dog, red skies, and liquor bottles. And the entry says, a ship waits in harbor ready to sail, while the sky depicts the old adage, red sky at night, sailors delight, red sky at morning, sailors take warning. Though people may warn the stowaway of the dangers and recklessness of their exploration, they must honor their intuition, take the plunge, and set off for whatever awaits just past the horizon. Their furry companion at their heels represents animal instincts, driving them forward, while the discarded bottles on the dock allude to the fun and folly to be encountered on the journey. Embrace the unknown, follow your instincts, and embark on your own adventure. Your new horizon is waiting. And the action is, what is one skill or hobby that you've always wanted to learn? It can be anything from painting to playing an instrument to coding to gardening. Take this opportunity to sign up for a class, workshop, or online course to begin your journey. Okay, so in order to have a little bit of a better look at individual cards here, I'm just going to zoom in, and I'm not going to read entries for every card, obviously. Okay, so once again, here's the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, that's really pretty. This reminds me a little bit of one of my favorite Monet paintings. The Chariot, Strength. I love the mountain in this. The Hermit. Just see if we can get a little bit closer view there. Not sure what that is supposed to be. Give me a second to grab the guidebook. Oh, that's a cave. Okay. So it says, high in the mountains is a cave where fire burns bright against the oncoming night. I see. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, that makes sense. The Wheel of Fortune. Oh, I love this. I'm not a spider fan. as some of you may know, trauma and all that. But I do appreciate a spider. And that web is absolutely gorgeous. Justice. The Hanged One. So I have to say I don't really get the imagery in some of these cards, but they are really, really beautiful. I don't think this is a beginner-friendly deck. And I mean, I've been casually reading tarot for, well, since I was a kid, but, well, teenager. Only seriously for the last few years. But I still consider myself to be a beginner. Sorry, that's the death card there. I don't see these as being particularly beginner friendly. If you were strictly an intuitive reader, that might be different. But although I do read somewhat intuitively, I do also lean heavily on what I know about what the card means. This is the Devil. This is really interesting to me because it's got, you know, all the city lights, and you can see all the power lines there, and all of the commercialism with the stores, and yeah, it does make sense, that one. The Tower. The Star. Love the little deer here. Just have a closer look at those. The Moon, that's so pretty. A little dog or a wolf up here howling at the moon. The Sun. This is another one that reminds me of a Monet painting. Judgment. The World. And this is one of the 2 extra cards. This is the Catacomb. And I'll just look this one up really briefly. This says keywords are history, family, ancestors, collective unconscious, past, present, integration, healing, reconciliation, mediumship, quality, legacy, tradition, and birthright. That's a good extra card. I like that. And this is the second extra card. And this is called The Great Work. And the book says the keywords are humor, gratitude, lightheartedness, appreciation, attention, spontaneity, purpose, destiny, interconnectedness, cosmic play, macrocosm, and microcosm. Another interesting extra card. So now we've got the branches or wands, and this is the Ace. The 2. The 3. Four. With a little cart there full of apples. The 5 of wands or branches. I've got my little girl laying next to my fingers here. She's casting a shadow. 6. She's being really good though. Not first, she wanted in there, but 7. She's laid down now. 8. 9. Love this deer laying in the snow. 10. Page. 8. The Queen. And the King. And moving into the cups or the tides with the Ace. This one is quite crooked, isn't it? Really crooked. These ones weren't like that, but this is. This is obviously a printing error. Well, this, we see the same thing in the 2. 3. Oh, I love this. I love that with the dolphins. The 4. How pretty. Great colors there. 5 of Cups. Certainly does evoke the emotions of the cards, the colors that are used. 6 of Cups for tides. The 7. 8. 9. 10. 'The Page. 'Knight. 'Queen. 'And the King. And moving into the swords or spires, and we've got the Ace. The 2. I like this with the crossroads there. That's good. The 3 of Swords. And we've got a broken bridge. A 4. Five. The 6 of Spires. the 7, 8, 9, 10, 'The Page. Oh, that's a hot air balloon. Knight of Swords. The Queen. The King. And the final suit, Pentacles or Stones. The 2. I like that these seem to be desert. The 3. 4 of Stones. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 'Page. The Knight. Queen. And King. Well, let's zoom the camera back out. Give them a shuffle and then have a little bit of a conversation about this. Okay, so these are, like I said, they're fairly thick. So I don't know how well they're going to shuffle. They're quite stiff. And yeah, for my arthritic hands, that is very difficult. You can see already that just with one shuffle, you can see there's a noticeable bow just after one shuffle there. So, not a great shuffle, in my opinion. We'll try one more, just to give it a fair shot. I mean, they might loosen up with time, probably would. Let's overhand a little bit. Okay, and let's see how they fan. I don't have, yeah, sort of a little bit clumpy. That's a terrible fan. A little bit clumpy because they do seem they're a matte finish, but they don't really glide very well. So you can see they kind of glump. They glump. Hello. Okay. So let me just take a quick second here to look up, sorry, I didn't mean to get really loud there, some information on Kickstarter, because it actually first started on Kickstarter. And I just want to see what, okay, so it funded very well. 571%, and then obviously was picked up by Hay House later. And at that time, it was just a majors only deck with, it looks like, the 2 extra cards. There were 904 backers, which is actually quite a lot. So, oh gosh, you know, I don't want to sound negative about this deck. I really don't. But I struggle to get most of these cards. Why they look like they look. It almost, and maybe it's not like this at all. And if it isn't, then I would feel horrible about this, but it almost looks like this guy is like a really brilliant artist, and he's a very gifted artist, but that he, somewhere along the way, someone said, oh, you should make a tarot deck with your art. A lot of these cards just don't make really a lot of sense to me. But again, that could be more about me than it is about the deck or about the artist. He's certainly brilliant. The art is beautiful. And in a time when we see more and more soulless AI decks being produced, seeing a hand-drawn deck like this by a real artist is always a pleasure. Oracle's back. So I would love to hear what you think about this deck. Is this one that has been on your radar? Have you thought about buying it? Did you get the Kickstarter? And if you did you love it? I have to say the majors are definitely better than the minors. A lot better. It almost seemed like the minors were just sort of rushed. At least compared to the majors. But I could be wrong. I probably will never use this deck. That's just being honest. It really doesn't speak to me. I'll keep it for a while and maybe revisit it in a year or so. See how I feel about it then. Maybe I'll see it differently. I'll try and use it at least a few times and just see, see how it reads. I don't know yet how it's going to read, but let's just give this one more shuffle. Oh, they're so thick. So Lovers, 8 of Wands, and Ace of Swords. So of course Lovers could be about making a choice, making a commitment to someone, even to yourself, making a choice. Quick movement, possibly even a message. 8 of Wands is sometimes about travel. moving quickly towards a new idea, a new way of thinking. So this could be, if I were to read this for me, then I'm coming from a place of having made a deep commitment to someone, to my husband, who's now gone. And at the moment, this still affects every day of my life. It really does. Every decision that I make, it is. He's still as much a part of my life now as he was then. And that will probably never change. But I need to move towards, and maybe I am moving quickly towards now, some new ideas, some new ways of thinking, new ways of looking at things, new ways of being. What do you think? What do you think this spread is saying? It certainly does look really, really pretty together. Then we've got the Ace of Cups. New possibilities, possibly some kind of new relationship in the world. Opening yourself up to possibilities, to fulfillment. Yeah. It really does look gorgeous together, I have to say that. I'm kind of surprised at how, well, no, I shouldn't be, because the art is beautiful. But, maybe I could use this deck. Maybe I could work with it. I'm going to give it a shot and see what I think. In the meantime, I would love to hear what you think about this deck. Please share your thoughts, your opinions down in the comments below. I read and respond to absolutely everything, and I really, really appreciate that you've taken the time to watch this today, and also to share your thoughts with me. I hope that you've enjoyed this little walkthrough. If it's helped you make a decision about whether or not you want to buy this deck, that would be wonderful. If that's the case, I would love to hear about it below, whether you've decided yes or no that you want to. Let me know. Love to hear it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your time. Until next time, may love and laughter light your days. Bye for now.